For the students now, may I know your possible recommendations, your points of views on how to get the support of your families and of course your parents to make them confident about the limited face-to-face learning in our campuses. So the first discussion point is, are your parents ready to allow you to go back to the campus? Yes, Mr. Sean?
Good morning, Sir Jomar.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, well, actually, this have been a long debated topic, not just by all the parents of students, but also at home. Kasi, of course, I've been living here at Manila, one of the hotspots of COVID-19, and talaga pong nakakatakot for them to allow us, kahit nga po lumabas lang, gumala, to eat outside. Very natatakot na po sila. Kaya it's been really a long debated topic at home. Pero actually, upon watching this po, I have really gained more knowledge from our previous panelists. And with that, I think yung kailangan po talaga ng parents namin is to be ensured through a consultation po or through orientation within the institution or the university itself. As of now po kasi sa university naman po namin, we have been conducting surveys na po regarding our vaccination. Kaya I think at home naman po, ready naman po sila as long as they will be coordinated. They will know kung paano po yung mangyayari through the scheduling itself with us students and with all the subjects na ititake po namin at school for our limited face-to-face class po, sir.
So that's good to know, Sean, that your parents are ready. How about from Baguio, St. Louis University? Vincent, how about you?
Hello, good morning po. So St. Louis University, I think, is the first university in Northern Luzon to conduct limited face-to-face learning sa mga medical field ng mga students. And I think that our university is ready to open a limited face-to-face learning. And nagtatanong na rin po yung mga parents namin, some of our parents nagtatanong na po regarding sa mga OJT namin. Since fourth year na po ako, next sem po is OJT namin. Hindi pa po sure if virtual or actual po yung magiging OJT namin. So yeah, ready na po yung parents ko na magpuan sa limited face-to-face learning po.
Wow, that's good to know also. May we also hear the point of view coming from the Our Lady of Fatima University in Valenzuela, and we all know that Fatima University is one of the few schools to have the approval to conduct the limited face-to-face in medicine and other allied health sciences. Yes, Miss Anna Margaret, hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning po. So, when I first mentioned po the idea of reopening face-to-face classes to my lola, her immediate response po talaga was no. She really hates the idea of me going back to school kasi lahat naman po tayo takot sa risk na associated sa COVID. And although may idea siya na it will happen soon and yung Fatima nga po talagang prepared, ayaw niya po talaga. And of course, I understand her kasi lalo na may dalawa po akong kapatid na hindi pa vaccinated kasi they're still minors. But when I mentioned it to my father po, he said it's totally fine with him. Naintindihan niya na yung course ko talagang kailangan po ng face-to-face interaction kasi it's culinary arts. It's talagang about cooking, ganun, more on physical physical work po. And that's why yung papa ko, kinausap niya yung lola ko, then he convinced her na payagan po ako sa pilot ka ng limited face-to-face classes, and I think po now she's prepared.
Yeah, that's good to know. Actually, hindi naman kayo obligado talaga. There's also, as mentioned by our panelists a while ago, there will be consultation with your parents and other stakeholders as well. That is leading us to discussion point number 2. How can we regain your parents' or guardians' confidence to go back to the school campus under the limited F2F classes? So I believe our future shapers a while ago, like Dr. Cordova and Dr. Aquino, they have mentioned already about this. But on your side, Sean, Vincent, and Anna, what do you think? How can we regain your parents' confidence to allow you to go back in your respective campuses? You want to start, Vincent?
Okay po, sir. So I think paano natin ma-regain yung confident ng parents or guardians natin na bumalik tayo sa limited face-to-face learning. Nasa sa for my view of point or sa akin based sa experience ko, responsibility na lang natin yun siguro kasi hindi naman po lahat ng students is kasama yung parents or hindi naman po lahat ng students is nakakasama yung parents sa school. Meron pong ibang students na nag-apartment, nagbo-boarding house. So, responsibility natin yun para hindi mag-worry yung mga parents natin. So, ayun po yung point ko para ma-regain yung confidence natin. And dapat magkaroon din po siguro ng rules and regulation or policies sa university na para maging safe yung mga students nila. Kasi pinanghahawakan po nila yung magiging rules or regulation or policy. Pinanghahawakan po ng mga magulang yun kasi papasok po yung mga anak nila sa universities.
Yeah. Parang na-mention nga rin ni Dr. Ebuena a while ago from one of their consultations with their parents, tinanong yata about the insurance of their children while having the limited face-to-face. So that is one of the issues here, how to regain your parents' confidence. How about you, Anna?
When I got fully vaccinated po, they were a bit confident. And at the same time po, yung mga balita na naririnig nila and napapanood araw-araw about po sa plano ng government is a great help for them to accept the idea of resumption. And po kasi, before mag-October din, yung college department po natin, sa ALFO, they conducted a consultation po wherein yung students and our parents po attended. Yung mga safety protocols, the setup and requirements were discussed, and that helped them to regain confidence po. Personally naman, kung paano ko i-assure yung parents ko, siguro po yung thought na after ng klase, bahay agad. Wala nang gala kasi wala nang gala kahit talagang nakakatempong makipag-bonding sa friends.
Yeah. Because if you make gala, the infection risk is very, very high, right? So I agree with you. So if we will have the limited face-to-face soon, avoid gala na. Tama ka doon, Miss Anna. How about you, San?
Yes, but I would have to agree, Professor Jomar, kay Vincent, at kay Anna, na it is our responsibility na lang po to explain kung paano mangyayari sa mga parents natin. Though magbibigay yung mga schools natin ng consultation and prior orientation sa kanila, it is our role na maging transparent tayo sa kanila na sabihin natin, ay ito lang po yung pasok namin, uuwi ako after. And with that, sundin nilang po natin yung mga payo nila. And of course, let us be aware na, yun nga po, huwag tayo gumala kasi it's not just our classmate yung may chance na ma-infect, but also them na nasa bahay po, sir.
Yeah, I agree with you. No? So there are limitations now. We acknowledge the limitations when we will be going back to the gradual limited face-to-face. Leading to the third discussion point, what do you expect from these retrofitted laboratory rooms, scheduling, facilities, when you go back to your campus? So what do you expect from these retrofitted laboratory rooms? Ina-expect nyo ba na naka-PPE kayo? Or naka-PPE rin si sir at si ma'am? Ina-expect nyo ba yung facilities natin kung dati 20 students sa isang kitchen? What is your expectation? How about the scheduling and the safety protocols that you are about to be introduced in your respective campuses? So what do you expect about this gradual, limited face-to-face? You want to start, Anna?
Yes, sir. I think it will be organized po and safe. At the same time, strictly implemented. Siguro po sa umpisa, makakonfuse yung mga students, but I think later on, they won't have a hard time po figuring out kung anong gagawin because they will be oriented and guided, and there are instructions everywhere po. Pagdating naman po sa scheduling, even before naman po sa klase namin, for example, talagang hinahati po by batch para mas matutukan yung students. Pag marami po kasi parang magulo po, medyo ang hirap po mag-focus. And I think po ngayon sa normal setup, mas tutok po talaga kasi mas limited nga po yung sa students. Let's say po sa all full, like 10 students per laboratory class, ganun. So ayun po.
So you're expecting for a more organized and systematic. Well, I can assure you that our university is very strict in implementation of the safety protocols. Doon nga ako nalulungkot eh. Ang ating university, the private schools are very compliant to the safety protocols. But on the other hand, you will see some commercial establishments who are lax, who are not that organized or systematic when it comes to these protocols. I don't know if you will agree with me or not. Yes, Sean?
I think I would agree, sir. Especially dito po sa Manila. Very, na po, parang hindi na COVID karami, madalas sa mga, especially sa mga gilid-gilid, sa mga kainan po. Pero I think po, sa retrofitted naman po, magiging malayo po siya. To be honest, based sa experience namin last face-to-face, malayo po talaga siya na very limited lang yung bawat papasok since yung scheduling nga po it will depende po sa IATF protocol and of course sa university scheduling na gagawin po. But I think naman po despite na pagkakaroon ng kunyari po yung mga acrylic dividers po if ever, mga PPE din po, it will be very beneficial naman po for us kahit konti po kami since it will be safe and of course matagal na po namin iniintay itong limited face-to-face po.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Tama ka doon. How about you, Sir Vincent?
I agree din po kay Miss Enna and Sian. Pero ang idadagdag ko lang po, I expect na tataas yung mga school fees lalo na't kailangan i-enhance yung mga facilities and mga equipments na gagamitin katulad ng mga plastic barriers. Yung sa classroom kailangan i-minimize natin yung mga students, 'di ba dati kapag full size is 40 students po ata 30 to 40 po ata students per class. Pero kailangan i-minimize natin yun. So magkakailangan tayo ng maraming equipments and ayusin yung mga facilities. So I expect na tataas din po yung mga school fees po.
Oh, since you have mentioned it na there's a possibility na there will be added cost when it comes to gradual opening of the limited F2F. So may I ask you, are you really ready to go back as a student? So if your parents are still skeptic or a little bit okay na, pero how about you? Although the survey done by the CHED is okay, but how about you, Sean, Vincent, and Anna? Are you really ready as a student to go back in your campuses? Who wants to start?
Ako pa?
Okay, Vincent, sige. Because you mentioned you are anticipating of increasing of the school fees. So with that note, are you ready? Are you prepared or what?
To be honest po, ready na po talaga ako sa limited face-to-face class. Kasi honestly, I admit and I suffered through this online class, yung new mode of learning. Ang hirap po sa amin mag-adjust. Parang ang ginagawa na lang po kasi namin is mag-pass, mag-submit to comply para gawin yung mga activities and requirements. Wala na po kaming natututunan. And based on my experience, ready na po akong pumasok kasi iba po yung feeling, iba po yung ambience kapag classroom setting. Iba po yung mas lalo kang mamomotivate, mas lalo kang gaganahan kasi after the class, after a long tiring day, meron kang before pandemic, after a long tiring day, meron kang mga friends na kasabay umuwi, after class, kakain kayo sa labas, after class, kasabay mo siyang umuwi. And yun po, and I think yun po, ready na po ako sa limited face-to-face learning. Pero kailangan din po nating maging responsible kasi hindi na po katulad dati na makakasama natin yung mga friends natin. Like pag uwi, we need to be responsible and know our limits.
Yeah, I understand you. Sabi nga ni Dr. Akyate, compassion and communication are vital nowadays. So hindi lang ikaw ang nag-adjust or nahirapan, Vincent. Actually, everyone is still adjusting for this now normal because this is the reality now. How about you, Anna? Are you ready to come back to Fatima campus?
I agree po kay Mr. Vincent. But to be honest po, no, hindi pa rin po ako ready. Because actually, I was one of the students po na talagang nag-anticipate sa reopening ng face-to-face classes. And kasi we can't deny na talagang mas madali pong mag-focus face-to-face yung learning. And there's no doubt that the health and safety protocols at the health and safety of the students, the faculty, and the staff will be ensured while inside the campus. But how about outside po? How about other factors? Let's say, for example po, yung expenses, nabanggit nga po kanina ni Mr. Vincent na tataas yung expenses, madadagdagan po for some of the requirements ng face-to-face classes, and also pang commute. Doon pa lang po, heavy na kasi if you're unvaccinated, you're required to take PCR test every week. Aside from those po, for us na culinary students, we're spending on ingredients po every week for our remaining laboratory courses. In our case po, we have four laboratory courses right now. And hindi naman po basta-basta yung price ng ibang ingredients, even though our professors are really trying their best to modify the recipe. Napakahirap pong gumastos ngayon because a lot of us aren't financially stable yet. A lot are still recovering. And second po, there's commuting. Even before the pandemic, traveling regularly was already hard, most especially po pag rush hour. How much more now that the capacities of PUVs were limited and there aren't that many jeep po na nag-ooperate. It would be a hassle for those students, professors, and staff na malayo po yung bahay sa pinapasukang university. To be honest, last week nga po I went to May Kawayan. Taga Malanday lang po kasi ako. And to buy some of the ingredients po. 10 a.m. natapos po ako sa pamimili, and grabe, napakahirap pong sumakay. Siguro po, it took me 20 minutes para po makasakay. Ang limited po ng mga jeep na dumadaan. Kung dadaan man sila, kung hindi po puno, hindi naman po aabot ng Malanday. Imagine po, magkatabi lang May Kawayan and Malanday. But it took me 20 minutes. Sobrang hirap po.
Well, thank you for your honesty, and you will not be forced to go back naman. So if you still anxious about going back, but we respect and we acknowledge that, and definitely CHED or OLFU or the Department of Education will not force you to physically report or physically go to school. Right, Sean? How about you?
Yes po, sir. Actually, sinabi po ng college namin na at any rate naman po, the school will be offering options whether to take yung face-to-face or online naman po, kasi okay naman po yung synchronous and asynchronous classes namin.
Doon pumapasok yung blended learning kasi, no? Tama ako, Sean?
Yes po, sir.
Yeah. So aside from the limited face-to-face, there are also retrofitting of the curriculum as mentioned by our panelists a while ago. So thank you. Our next panel discussion will be what? Okay. Are you willing to pay extra cost? So I believe Vincent shared this already. They are expecting it. Our students are expecting it. And our parents are somehow oriented about this. So next discussion point will be, how about the classmates? So sabi nga ni Ena kanina, who are into loitering or making gala after class. Mukhang si Vincent very active before pandemic. So yung mga lakwatserong kaklase nyo or students, how would you avoid this type of classmates, or what can you say about this scenario? Vincent?
So I myself po kasi, gala po ako before pandemic. I admit that. Gala, like sa Baguio City, maraming pwedeng pasyalan, maraming tourists.
I know.
And then, because of the pandemic, kailangan nating maging responsible, and alam natin yung mga limits natin. And when it comes to gala naman po siguro, with friends, kung importante naman po yung gala na pupuntahan, siguro I would remind them to be disciplined, to know the safety health protocols, kasi hindi naman po pwedeng magti-take ako ng risk para makagala lang. Kasi meron din naman po akong mga nakakasalamuha. So ang gagawin ko po siguro is if importante yung pupuntahan or if importante yung gala, like conference, meetings, ganyan, pupunta po ako. Pero if gala-gala lang po, siguro bibigyan ko yung sarili ko ng minsan lang siguro, once a month, siguro, or twice a month siguro. Pero hindi mo rin kasi maiiwasan na like my friends gathering kayo, imposible, real talk, parang imposibleng hindi kayo
It's
mag-meet
hard,
ng
no?
mga
Yeah,
friends
it's
nyo.
hard.
Tapos, ayun po, parang sinabi ko, kapag importante yung pupuntahan mo, pupunta ako. Pero kapag gala lang at gagastos pa, hindi naman lahat is like sinabi nga ni Ena kanina, financially stable. So ikikip ko na lang, iipunin ko na lang. Yun po.
Yeah, because pre-COVID, before COVID, we were so comfortable, we were
Yes,
so
po.
relaxed with our lives. However, this pandemic, our eyes were opened and we have realized a lot of things because of this pandemic.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. San, can you add more?
Yes, well actually sir, this is something na uncontrolled yung paggala ng mga estudyante. However, it is our responsibility na lang po sa atin. Kaya if ever may classmate ka magyayakag, it's better wag mo na lang samahan para hindi na siya hindi na siya umalis kasi usually kaya lang naman nagkakayakagan, sinasamahan niyo. Pero I think if ever kakain ka lang sa labas kasi gutom ka or wala kang baon, please be mindful kasi it's not just your health that's at risk, pero lahat na kasama mo at school, yung mangyayari sa university, they will be held accountable, and of course your family. Kaya it is in our hands to be mindful of every actions po, sir.
And that is self-discipline. Doon papasok yung self-discipline and your self-control. Sabi mo nga, kung dati, pag nagugutom ka, lalabas ka lang ng campus, then you buy tusok-tusok, fishball out there. But this time, I believe this is one of the guidelines. Bring your own baon na yata if we will have this gradual limited F2F. How about you, Anna?
Katulad po nung sinabi kanina ni Vincent and ni Sean po, we can't really blame students po kung ito yung gagawin nila after class. After all, we haven't seen our classmates and our friends for more than a year already. Kaya given po na talagang gala and bonding yung papasok sa isip nila kung paano nila maisisingit yon kapag ongoing na po yung face-to-face classes. However, we shouldn't let our guards down. Hindi dahil yung situation, it's getting better, we'll relax and stop being careful. And katulad nga po ng sinabi nyo, self-discipline po talaga. We should develop extreme self-discipline ngayon. Because you see there are some people or we have some friends na hindi makikinig sa atin no matter how hard we try to remind them. No matter no matter kung gaano kalala po yung situation. And kaya tayo na lang po yung magsimula. Let's fight the urge to spend our time outside and let's always think about the safety of ourselves and our family. And kung sabi nga po ni Vincent na may mga gala na hindi talaga mapipigilan, yung talagang napaka-importante, always follow po the safety precautions.
Yeah, thank you. You know what, my dear students, Vincent, Sean, and Anna, I have more questions of our discussion points here, but due to limited time, it's already almost 12:30. May I just hear your thoughts about this gradual opening of the limited F2F? Yes, Vincent, let's start from you, from the university or from St. Louis of Baguio City. Yes, Vincent?
Sana po, as a fourth year student po, parang last sem before OJT, sana po magkaroon na po talaga ng limited face-to-face learning kasi nahihirapan na po ako lalo na po pag-graduate na kami. And sa 2 years na yon parang ang ginagawa na lang po talaga namin is to comply. Ano na lang po mangyayari or paano po kami ma-equip? Paano po kami makaka-prepare? Paano po namin ma-ready yung self namin sa real world na very challenging. So ayun po, sana po as soon as possible or sana maabutan pa namin yung limited face-to-face learning. And ayun po.
You know what, Vincent? I feel the fire in your statement. Talagang you really want to go back the soonest possible time. So thank you so much, Vincent. How about you, Sean? Any final words as a student who's very ready for this limited F2F?
Yes po sir, actually this is a very timely question kasi we're conducting our online elections ngayon sa LPU and one of our platforms is paano mangyayari yung ligtas balik eskwela. So our role po talaga is we're calling yung university namin to include the students, yung student representation po in all the decisions that they will be having, in the guidelines that they will be implementing, para we can raise our voice in this F2F learning, and para po ma-consult po kami, since we're also one of the stakeholders of the university po.
Yeah, you're correct. We will always welcome development, most especially to our stakeholders. Yes, as a final word, Miss Anna from Our Lady of Fatima University.
Ano po, yun nga po, sana nga po bumalik na po sa dati kung saan wala pong hassle, and yung mga requirements po hindi heavy, kasi to be honest, yun po yung yun po yung nagpaano ng excitement ng students, yung heavy requirements po. Although I believe naman po na ginagawa lang po nila yun, in-include lang po nila yun for the safety of the students, para po hindi ma-compromise yung safety nila. So, but I believe po sooner na mas nagiging madali po yung ganong setup.
Yeah, I feel the burden from your academics, Anna and Vincent. But also I acknowledge the challenges from our teachers and our future shapers. You have heard our technical committee from the Commission on Higher Education. We have heard the college deans from the different schools about this opening and complying with the limited face-to-face requirements. So future can be different, mga anak, if we choose to make it happen. So change must start now. We are now here. Some people might resist because they are afraid to change, but be ready for any challenge or any change. Take it as step to move on, because solutions will all come from us, will all come from you. So congratulations and thank you for your insights, Vincent and Sean and Anna. And soon we will meet again in our face-to-face classes. Back to you, Sir RJ.